What up, YouTube fam? Your boy TheDreadMan is back, and I guess there's no point in me wearing this Rise Above Hate T-shirt and this C Nation wristband. So, well, I ain't gonna take off the shirt because that's a little bit suspect. But anyway, this is my WrestleMania 28 review and my review of Brock Lesnar returning last night at Raw. But WrestleMania. Overall, I'll give it about maybe an 8 out of 10. Before anybody comments saying, well, man, people still watch wrestling, apparently they do. If WWE can get 2 million pay-per-view buys and Sun Life Stadium can sell 79,000 tickets. But anyway, enough of that. Just moving on to the topic at hand. This WrestleMania had to be like one of the most hyped WrestleManias and potentially one of the greatest WrestleManias of all time. It should easily be in your top 5 just because of the main event alone. But anyway, just an overall review or an overview of the matches. Let's see. First match is a squash match. You got Daniel Bryan versus Sheamus for the World Heavyweight title. Yes! 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 Broke kick over. He lost the title in record time. 18 seconds. Thank God. They just want, okay, they're like, you know what, we're going to make this a squash match. People sick of watching Daniel Bryan, so we ain't even going to make this a good match. We're just going to make Sheamus beat the shit out of him and then just walk out with the title and leave. But yeah, that match was alright. I'll give the match maybe about 5 out of 10. And then you got Kane versus Randy Orton. Pretty good wrestling, back and forth action. I mean, it could have been a little bit better. I mean, they could have dragged it out a little bit more or made it a little bit more exciting. But the match had a twist. I kind of expected Randy Orton to win, but you know, Kane came out with a victory, which I'm glad for, which could start another rivalry between them two. But anyway, that match was good. I give it about maybe a 6.5 out of 10. Then you got the most predictable match of the night. You know, you got the Big Show versus Cody Rhodes for the Intercontinental title. I mean, that match was more back and forth action in that match than the match before it, the Randy Orton match. But we all expected the Big Show to win. I mean, come on. I mean, 500-pound man versus a dude who's 6'2" and 220 pounds. Yeah, that's a no-brainer. I gave that match a 5 out of 10. And then you got the end of an era match. Triple H versus The Undertaker, featuring Shawn Michaels for the special guest referee. Hell in a Cell. That match was, what, a good 35 to 40 minutes long, and it could potentially, that was the match of the night. That was in the top 3 matches of the night. I mean, even though there's 8 matches on the card, but yeah, that match had more drama in it. Well, just as much drama building up, if not more, than the Cena versus Rock match. I mean, but I'll get to that in a minute. But yeah, my favorite spots in the match were, you know, when the Undertaker locked in the Hell's Gate, and it was kind of like a mirror of last year. Like, okay, like, oh my God, is it gonna end this way? And another of my favorite spots of the match is when, well, I mean, because Shawn Michaels, he was torn between the two because both of them struck him. You know, Triple H and the Undertaker both struck him down. And when he hit Triple H, I mean, when he hit Undertaker with the Sweet Chin music, and when Triple H pedigreed him, I'm like, oh my God, the streak is actually over. And then, I swear to God, my heart like jumped right out of my goddamn chest when the Undertaker kicked out. And the Undertaker just administered a hell of a beating on Triple H. I mean, it was like the other way around. Like last year, the Undertaker got beat within inches, like by Triple H. This year, it was reversed. But it was a great match. I gave that match a 9.5 out of 10. Then you got the Divas match. Didn't really care about that. I skipped over it. Let's see. You got the Team Laurinaitis versus Team Teddy Long match. I mean, that match was a screw job. I kind of really didn't like the end of that match. But then again, you kind of expected like Team Laurinaitis to win. So I wanted Team Teddy Long to win, but you know, you kind of figured Team Laurinaitis, the heel team, was gonna win. So I gave that match maybe about a 6.5 out of 10, 6.5 out of 10. Then you got probably the best technical wrestling match of the night, CM Punk versus Y2J, Chris Jericho, for the WWE title. Now, I expected Chris Jericho to actually win. I'm like, okay, the title's going to change. Like, more than one title's going to change hands tonight. But, nope. That was a very good wrestling match. You know, good technical wrestling skills. Mat wrestling by both of them. Even though I expected the result to be just a little bit different. But big up to CM Punk for winning. I gave that match an 8 out of 10. And then you got the main event match. The reason why people bought the pay-per-view, the reason why all these classic fans, all the old school or the Attitude Era 90s fans, as we like to call them, bought this pay-per-view. I mean, because John Cena versus The Rock it's like a Clash of the Titans. It's like a modern day legend and an all time legend. So nobody's gonna miss this match. I mean, hell, this match was the main reason why people started getting interested in watching wrestling again. Well, I mean, I've been watching wrestling ever since I was 5 years old, but this is to be a good match to watch with your parent. Like, if you're a parent and you grew up on wrestling, this would be a good match to watch with your kids and everything. Like, look, son, this is my time versus your time. And like the result of this match, it kind of threw me off a little bit because I expected John Cena to win the match because I expected it to be kind of like a passing of the torch type of thing, like with Rock and Hulk Hogan at WrestleMania 18, and like this is 10 years later, so it's going to kind of mirror that match. But they didn't let The Rock drop the ball to John Cena. No way. I mean, but that match was about a good 35-40 minutes long, as expected. And I tell you, there was one spot in the match, it was at the end of the match where The Rock was down, John Cena had the upper hand, and he looked around at the crowd, he's like, might as well. And he tried to administer the people's elbow on The Rock. I tell you, if he would have landed that move, then he probably would not have walked out of Sun Life Stadium unharmed or alive. But yeah, The Rock actually won that match. I mean, big up to The Rock. And just because I was going for John Cena doesn't mean that I had any hatred towards The Rock, or I just predicted that John Cena would win because of the circumstances of the match. I'm like, you know what? He lost last year, so they might have well just give him the win this year. But nope. And The Rock did make it obvious. He made it clear on Monday Night Raw that he will be back and he will start making more appearances on WWE, and that he's probably going to have a future WWE title shot, depending on who's got the title by then. And now moving on to Brock Lesnar's return last night. The crowd, I swear, I marked out like a little bitch. I mean, I was cheering like I was 12 years old again. Oh my God, it's Brock Lesnar, Brock Lesnar! And I'm glad to see him not in the UFC ring getting his ass whooped, so he can go whoop some ass in WWE again. But yeah, I mean, that was real good. It was that was a very good return because he F5'd John Cena, and people are sick of seeing and John Cena last night. He made it obvious that he's not gonna make a heel turn. He's gonna stay a face. But instead of him making a heel turn, I guess he's just gonna be a punching bag for all the WWE legends, which to me is better than him turning heel. But anyway, y'all, tell me what y'all think of WrestleMania. What was y'all's favorite match, and what y'all think of Brock Lesnar's return? And is this getting you interested in wrestling yet again? WWE is making a smart move by bringing back the Attitude Era. Alright, y'all. I'm out. Peace.